So a few months ago, Oceanica sent over a blue dial version of the Manta Ray over for review. I reviewed that here on the channel. This is the production version of that watch. That was a blue dial version. This is a black dial version. I'm going to get right into it. It comes in a wood box. This is sort of a teak box, I guess, or I don't know what kind of wood this is. It's wood. It has the shark here. That's their shark logo. It just says the brand name right there. This slides open. Inside, you have a little canvas pillow, and then you get warranty information. This is, I believe, a metal card. It's pretty heavy, and it's just information right there. Everything else you go onto their website for. Here is the watch. So as I mentioned, this is the black dial version. I had the blue dial version on, and it also comes with an extra strap. That extra strap is right here. And I'll throw it on this extra strap. It's another rubber strap. This is a Tropic rubber strap. It comes on this very modern sort of waffle pattern strap, which just feels very, very nice. One of the things I really liked about this watch when I first got it in the channel, because I am pretty obsessed with clasps. This is the first time I saw this, and they did a pretty good job with this. This double deployant clasp on here, and it's just signed Oceanica, and it has a nice shape to it too. It's just a really good looking watch, and the black dial on here is actually very, very nice. It has just a little bit of red accent on it, and there's some plastic on here. I'm just going to take this off. There's just a little bit of red accent on there, and it's there it is, ticking away. I believe that the bezel is loomed on here. We're going to do a loom shot at the end. The loom on the production version or prototype version was very good. I believe that they said we're actually going to improve the loom on it a little bit. I didn't think it needed it then, but I'm going to do a loom shot, obviously, so we can see that. This is a Miyota 9015 powered dive watch. I believe it is 200 meters of water resistance. And it just says Manta Ray there in red, Oceanica on the top there in sort of a silverish tone, and then you have applied indices. The applied indices are filled with loom. You get a minute track as well, a little date window with a little frame around it, screwed in crown, screwed in case back. This case back has a big Manta Ray on it, as you can see. It's really nicely finished. Gives you a little bit of the specs, but very small, just around the perimeter of the actual screwed in case back, which I like. It doesn't really clutter it up. You don't see a whole bunch of words. I like how they did that. I think that's pretty cool. The buckle, as I mentioned, I really liked. It's a little bit different from the typical buckle that you get with a micro brand. The only thing I don't like about it are these two big keepers here. And in fact, I think that what I'm going to do is just use a tool, just undo this and take both of these off. Maybe they include them just in case you want to use a regular buckle if you don't like a deployant buckle, because you could use this with a regular buckle. In fact, you could probably just take this buckle right off of here and throw it right on here if you don't like this type of deployant buckle, which is, I think, is smart, because then you will need these keepers. However, on this deployant, you don't need the keepers, because when you do close it, it's just there, just hanging out for no reason. So I think I will take those off. I don't really see the need for it. You have a Manta Ray again signed on this crown. Very, very nice. And the crown could do for a little bit bigger. It is kind of a small crown. Let's take a look at what the crown is here. Yeah, it's 5.9 millimeters, so it's not a huge crown. I would have liked to see a little bit bigger of a crown. This is sort of a 62 Mas sort of homage, kind of. Has a little bit of its own design flair as well. I would have liked to see a bigger crown. I don't care if the 62 Mas has a smaller crown like this. I would like to see a bigger crown for my purposes. That's all. I like big crowns. You get, obviously, a sword hand, an arrow hand, and then you get an arrow second hand. All of those are loomed. And the bezel action was good on the prototype. Let's check this out. Pretty good. Not too loud, but it feels nice, and it does not move, as you could see. The entire case is either brushed or polished. So on the sides of the watch, you have all polishing. You can see even the top of the crown is polished, and the side of the case is polished. The bezel itself is basically polished, and then the top of the case is all brushed. and that's a circular brushing throughout, so it looks really good as well. I like that circular brushing. Sapphire crystal, which is raised just a little bit, as you can see when you turn the watch. And this has a deep black dial. Now, price on this when it was originally in Kickstarter or pre-order or whatever it was, I think was around $319, which was an incredible price. This is still a really good price. So I believe they said it was going to go up to like $420, but they didn't do that. Right now, if you go on their website, they have them for $349, and they've been that way for over a week now. So if you are interested, definitely head out to their website. I don't believe they have the black dial version currently available unless they have restocked it. They do have the blue version available, and that is $349. You're getting a Miyota 9015 automatic movement, which you guys know I really do like. And 200 meters of water resistance. You're getting, it's basically a 40 millimeter watch. I think I measured 39.5 at the bezel, and then at 39.5 at the bezel, and at the case it's a little bit smaller than that. So they say it's a 40 millimeter watch, but it's really a little bit smaller than that. It does wear like a 40 millimeter watch. And then the lug to lug 48.1 is what I'm getting. And then I mentioned the thickness. I think I mentioned the thickness already. If I haven't, I will show you guys very quickly. Just under 13 millimeters thick is what I measure. That's including that sapphire crystal, so it's around 12 millimeters thick. If you don't include the sapphire crystal, as I mentioned, is also raised. You have AR coating and all of that. Just a nice little package for a very good price. $349 I think is a really good price. I wish the crown was a little bit bigger, as I mentioned, but that's not anything to really complain about. You also get a extra strap. It is a Tropic rubber strap, so you do get 2 rubber straps with it. If you wanted something different, unfortunately, they didn't include a leather strap. That probably would have been the way to go. But if you're using this watch as a dive watch, then obviously, you know, 2 rubber straps definitely works. Very quickly, let me show you what I have on my wrist. Then I'll throw this on my wrist, and then we'll do a quick loom shot. Today, I am wearing the Reef from Formex. I've been wearing this on and off for a little while. It's just a cool watch. I'm really enjoying it. This is more of a traditional waffle strap, as I mentioned. You could see a lot of similarities between a watch like this and a watch like this. Obviously, this is a lot more expensive. It's a little bit bigger too. It's actually a 42 millimeter watch, but it wears a lot bigger than that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. This is an expensive watch. It's like $1,800. But here is the Oceanic on my 7.5 inch wrist. The strap is sized up for me. As I mentioned, I would probably just remove these 2 keepers. I think it looks weird having these on and having it do nothing. So definitely, if you've ordered one or if you got one, definitely take those off. It looks kind of strange there. But here it is. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. This is like a 39.5 millimeter watch if you're measuring it at the bezel here. It wears like a 40 millimeter watch exactly. It's a 22 millimeter lug width, so 40 millimeter diameter, and then a 20 millimeter lug or 22 millimeter lug width. So looks good on my wrist, feels good. I think these are pretty decent watches for especially considering the price, and the price is actually very good. Very quickly, I'm going to do a loom shot, and then we will wrap up the video. So there you have it, loom on the bezel, the indices, the hands. You even get a little pip there that is also loomed. Very nice, very bright, and liberally applied. I think they did a pretty good job on this watch. I think it's a very good looking watch. They've come out with a few other watches since this watch. I believe they came out with an Omega sort of homage as well, which looks pretty good. I would love to get that in on the channel as well. This looks great. And I think it's a pretty good price. $349 is the price that they're offering it at. $319 if you did it at pre-order, but just for a little bit more money. Now you know that the production model is essentially as good as that prototype. Definitely worth it, I think, at this price if you are interested in this watch. And you get an extra strap with it too, which is a little bit of an added bonus, but interesting. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. The only thing I said that I would change is obviously the crown. It is in production, so they're not going to change the crown, but that was probably my only gripe. from my perspective, and then also these keepers, but that's easily fixed. Tell me what you think in the comments below about this watch. Tell me what you think about the brand in general. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Interrupt your Prime benefits. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in